Hello everyone. As I just posted on Facebook, please make this video go viral, because internet censorship has begun, as I'm about to show you. A lot of people's videos are being taken down and banned on YouTube. I'm going to share a couple of their videos. I'm going to read something that has taken place that most of us didn't even pay attention to, except for maybe people like Alex Jones and Matt Drudge who got it right. But yeah, a bunch of us, oh yeah, they're just conspiracy theorists. Yeah, well, they're not. And the fact that our president completely sold us out, all of us Americans out, and took away your very freedoms on the internet. And I'll get into that here in a little bit, but I want you guys to watch these videos. I've had this stream, I've tried to live broadcast this stream twice now, and it's been shut down. So hopefully third time's a charm. Because I just went on a 45-minute rant and didn't realize that I had been disconnected from Google Hangouts, which this will be the last time I use this. I will, from here on out, broadcast from XSplit Broadcaster. Why? One, all my videos are saved after I'm done recording. So therefore, if they ban my stuff on YouTube, I still have the video and still can share it. But this goes deeper than just YouTube, as you guys will soon find out. So it is important that you guys like, share, spread the word. Because everybody in America, your constitutional rights when it comes to the internet are gone. This is a reality calls video.
It was great from YouTube and lots of other videos. Okay, I logged into a YouTube account and I've had one of my pizza videos removed, and I've been given a strike warning, which basically, if you get 3 strikes, I think they can just take your account down completely. So that sucks. Definitely is not promoting free speech. Obviously, they're saying that I'm harassing someone or stalking someone or something, or behaving in a predatory way. From my perspective, I'm just posting political photos. I'm not discussing anyone from the Pizzagate videos who is not a famous political public person. So if what I'm doing is social harassment, then whichever you speak on ours is just a harassment speaker, because they're constantly talking about politicians and public figures and celebrities and rumors and everything. And I've certainly not done anything other than that. So it says there, if you'd like to appeal the strike, please submit the form. When I click on it, it just refreshes the page. It's not even letting me click on the page to appeal the strike. Someone contacted me on Twitter to say, I know people who targeted your account for termination. I was going to warn you earlier, but I didn't want to open my back for a fresh backstabbing. There was no gain for me. So that was very, very helpful. Thank you, anonymous person. I told you through that, I told you how involved. That's really helpful. So yeah, apparently people will purposely targeting my account. So what I'm going to have to do now is I'm going to have to make a lot of my Pizzagate videos private until the strike goes away, because otherwise I might end up having my internet taken down. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that, and here's this video to explain to you guys what's happening. I'm going to talk to some of my YouTube friends and see what they say about the situation, and once I come to a conclusion of what to do, I will go ahead and do it. And yeah, this is what we're dealing with. You can't discuss Pizzagate without getting shut down. And what I want to say to you guys is I'm absolutely against any form of harassment. I won't do it up. I've been one of the people who's constantly saying, do not go harass these establishments. Do not jump to conclusions, but do this properly through legal means, such as awareness of the situation publicly. and ask for legal action to be taken. And yet, I'm the one who touched upon harassment. So this is what we're dealing with here. YouTube is blatantly leftist. It's a company that's owned by Google, had executives basically working on hurricane confession calls. So of course they don't want any of their VC Democrat friends being openly criticized by YouTubers. That would be counterproductive to their goals. Anyway guys, don't follow me on gas.ai. If you haven't got an account yet, you must get an account. This is a website that promotes free speech. So I'm going to be talking there, of course. Go follow me on Twitter, and you can also follow me on another social media platform that allows me to post videos, etc. Which is also a free speech platform called minds.com. Get an account there, because these social media platforms like YouTube and Twitter that keep banning anyone who they don't like the message of, they're going to go the way of the mainstream media. Eventually, people are going to catch on, but all they want you to do is give them advertising revenue by watching silly cat videos. They want to brain dead public who can't think for themselves. So we need to migrate away from social media platforms. And this is where I suggest you go. So thank you for all of your support.
That is Reality Calls. Yesterday, about 6, 7, 8 hours, about 6 hours ago, I think. So check out her page. Check out this video, because I know sometimes the sound quality is not that great on these things when I'm just sharing screens. Okay, now if you think that's just coincidence, well, another YouTube video that got tuber that I'm subscribed to that got his stuff banned. And a little information about David Seaman. He is a published, he's a journalist. He actually has posted for Huntington Post and other things. So this happened to a real journalist. But don't get me wrong, we're all journalists, real journalists. We're all allowed to go on the internet, search, investigate, fact check. And the censorship has begun. As you're going to see here, he's been censorship twice.
So, for the first time in more than 8 years on YouTube, I started my account in 2008. I received a notice from YouTube of a content violation strike, which is now been reported against my record. 2 more strikes, and I'll be permanently banned from YouTube. Now, I received this strike for a video about Pizzagate from their network that is no longer on my channel. They did that deletion. They touched the message I received. That's the message I received when I logged into YouTube today. So this is a formal strike. I, along with a legal advisor, have reviewed every second of this video. Nothing in it violates anybody else's copyright. Nothing in it is nothing in it is slander or libelous. It's not mine, in fact, is a fair use screenshot of a tweet from Andrew Breitbart in 2011. There it is. Who died in 2012, a year after publicly fingering John Podesta as an underage sex slave operator, which in light of the recent WikiLeaks emails of John Podesta's inbox, and in light of the Wisely Pizzagate scandal, appears to be highly newsworthy and relevant. So I don't know why highlighting a dead man's tweet from 2011. I don't know why highlighting a dead journalist's tweet is a violation of YouTube's policy. I'm a journalist. I'm conducting very sound, very simple journalism here. Restore that video and remove that strike from my record immediately. There's no reason for it. It's just intimidation. So now I'm supposed to be intimidated because I only have 2 more strikes left before you remove my primary source of income from me and make me essentially unemployed, which Huffington Post already tried to do by removing my column. I'm not even going to remove my YouTube channel where I'm allowed to upload what I want. That wasn't a profane video. That wasn't a video abusing or harassing minorities or anybody. It wasn't spreading slander. It's a piece of journalism. Pizzagate video immediately restore that content strike. I don't mind content strike if I've done something wrong, but to punish me for speaking the truth makes you culpable in people's state. This is not going away. There are a number of powerful people in the United States who are well aware of Pizzagate and the satanic pedophile ring. This is real. This is not going away. And if Google wants to appear to be complicit in this, it's going to lead to significant problems for them, not only legal, but financial and political. I have no doubt.
If you want to see the David TV channel on YouTube video, be sure to subscribe below.
Guys, I left a link in the description. You can watch the video for yourself. Suggest you do. Share it, like it. Need to get these videos like this. Mainstream, it's already got 40,000 views. Because the bottom line is, and reality calls said that she's going to go to a different platform. A few other streamers I know said the same thing. Well, here's the problem with that. This is how bad we got sold out. While we was too busy protesting, getting caught up with elections, getting caught up in the stupid Pizzagate thing, which is sick in itself, but it was used to pull the wool right over our eyes. Well, we got caught up in it, chasing the leads. Well, here's some facts on that. The documents referring to all the pizza toppings and stuff, it came from the FBI. A little source book for the child pedophilia rings, the code words that they're used. And everybody started looking into the code words, following it. Then we had an idiot with a gun go into one of the places that people were reporting on. And now, full censorship of this has come about. People are starting to get their videos banned. I know people have gotten accounts banned for posting about it. Yeah, there was truth in it. I mean, it came from the Podesta files, a WikiLeaks thing back in, October, November? I think November. This whole Pizzagate scandal came out. Everybody jumped on it. Everybody's been investigating, which you have the right to do. You have the right to fact check and search. But what everybody missed was this part. The U.S. government has officially transferred control of the Internet address system to an international governing body. The change took place on October 1st, while we was all caught up in the elections. What will this mean for Internet businesses and users all over the world? To answer that question, it is necessary to consider history and how the public Internet developed. The public Internet was still in early development in 1998, the year the U.S. Department of Commerce took over the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, ICANN. This not-for-profit organization is located in Los Angeles, California. The U.S. government gave ICANN the authority to oversee domain names for websites and individual IP addresses for Internet users. The responsibility included assigning the operators of high-level domains such as .com and .uk, .net, all of them. The contract between the Department of Commerce and ICANN ended on Saturday. This has been planned for a long time. Now a global Internet community, including governments, businesses, technical experts, and members of civil society oversees ICANN. Obama administration support. Supporters of the change included the administration of Barack Obama, said it made sense to transfer control of ICANN and international community. They noted that this community is made up of technical experts who helped build the Internet. These experts were still responsible for many of its operations. Opponents argued the transition was a mistake because it could lead to authoritarian governments getting greater control over the Internet. They tried to block the ICANN transfer censorship argument. The move was opposed by Senator Ted Cruz of Texas. Cruz, a Republican Party member, explained his concerns during a hearing last month. of the U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee. Imagine an internet run like the Middle Eastern countries that punish what they deem to be blasphemy. Or imagine an internet run like China or Russia that punish and incarcerate those who engage in political dissidence. Not having the government in control of ICANN means the organization is not bound to uphold the U.S. Constitution's First Amendment. The First Amendment covers basic rights including free speech and religion. That means ICANN escapes from the government's authority. ICANN escapes from having to worry about the First Amendment, having to worry about protecting your rights and my rights. Milton Muller, a professor of Georgia Institute of Technical Schools Public Policy, he disagrees with those who fear new censorship on internet. Well, here's the funny thing. You guys can now lost every right no matter where you go. So if you want to leave YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, yeah. It's the whole internet. So any platform you go, you make, you create, they can shut you down there too. I mean, this has gone beyond retarded. Our freedom of speech away from most of us here in the United States. And how does it go about? It's been going on. What happened was they're all mad, pissy because somebody used social media to win an election instead of the corporations spending all these billions and millions of dollars on their little puppets that they want to run the government. And he did it with the people's support and by going through social media, calling out the corrupt media, calling it like they are. They've been a bunch of liars. They've been lying to us for a very long time. So what happens? They start yelling, oh, we need to ban these alternate websites. We need to do that. They're just feeding lies. The fucking media pumped us up so much. We've been arguing, demonstrating, protesting an election while they took our fucking constitutional rights here in the United States. Our president sold our constitutional rights away. Now the UN has full control over the internet. What can be said? Now look what happened in this last couple of days. You had the EU saying, well, we need to ban Alex Jones. We need to ban Drudge Report. Why? Because let's just take a look what's happened this year. Social media has been used to bring out the truth. People started fact-checking. People started waking up. Started seeing things for what they were. They started questioning. Brexit was the first. Trump was the second. Then it dominoed with the elections in Austria. The prime minister in Italy resigning because his referendum against their governing constitution and how they govern things, he didn't get his way. Why? Because of social media. We know the truth of what's happening in Syria. We know what's happening in Brazil with all the corruption that's going on there because people can actually go on to places like YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter and post the truth. So what did our government do? Along comes Pizzagate. And we were suckers enough to go follow. They gave us something so shiny we couldn't resist. But that's our constitutional rights. But it only takes one idiot to fuck everything up. Who has been pretty much well confirmed was an actor, this and that. You guys got played. And now some of you want to go, oh, I'm still going to report, I'm going to recruit. Well, guess what? They'll just ban your IP address. For those that can afford $10K to put up their own server. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide anymore. They're going to start, this is just the beginning. You know, it's time that we wake up. How much more freedoms are you going to let be taken? To where we can no longer know what's going on? other than what we're fed, which we see now what they feed us is lies. And another thing we need to do, this is for Mr. Trump, you made a campaign pledge to break away from the UN. We're going to hold you to that. We're going to hold you to, you want to make this country great again? You want to make America great again? Like you say, that you promised everybody you would? Bring the internet back, ICANN back here, stop the TPP, stop these corporations from being above the Constitution, above our laws, that they work in our country, they have businesses in the country, they're accountable to our laws and constitutions. Put an end to these double-edged swords. Just like, I don't know why you haven't thought of it yet, since they've been harping on you to cut your business's deals so you can't financially gain. It's time the same rules apply to Congress too. How many of our congressmen have investments in that goddamn pipeline they're trying to run through that we don't want through? But yet they're willing to do it because it's only a $50,000 fine and they'll make more money in the long run. And they got senators and congressmen in their pockets because they got investments in that oil. Enough's enough. And we need to hold our Supreme Court as accountable for the violations of our constitutional rights when they sat there and said corporations can spend as much money they want on political campaigns. There was a reason our forefathers put a limit on how much money can be spent. So people couldn't buy officials into the government. And let's follow the corporation for a bit. Let's take it clear back to the railroad. Before then, any common man could become a president. Yeah, he had to do a lot of traveling by horseback and foot. Then came the railroad. Well, now, you couldn't afford a railroad ticket. You couldn't go to all these places these railroads stopped. So the railroad invested in their own candidates. There's where the beginning of true corporate buying off politicians began. No different now. And then we got people like Zuckerberg that owns Facebook. He went over to China and told the Chinese, yeah, I'm going to bring net censorship to the United States. Well, guess what? If you like censorship, you like communism, well, go live over there. See how long you last. See how long they'll let you have your corporation the way it's been run. You know, same way with Google. You think you're going to censor us? Remember who buys your products. Remember half the techs that work for you guys believe in the Constitution as well. And it's time they wake up. We stop buying your products, we stop using Facebook, we stop using YouTube, and we stand in front of your guys' door protesting, I think you're going to hear us when you start taking big hits in your pocket. And everybody needs to turn off that goddamn so-called news on TV. Quit listening to it, quit watching it. Make their ratings drop. That's how you protest them. We want truth. We want people in there telling us the truth, not scared to report on it when somebody's doing something wrong. As they're calling people that are fact-checking, being free thinkers, abiding by the constitutional rights, and using the internet, which is meant to be free for everybody to use, uncensored, to learn the truth, report the truth. You know, they've been planning this for a while. They've been trying. They started it with the gaming community. They'd send their little props in there to call in false police reports, and SWAT would be showing up at people's doors pointing guns at kids' heads who were just playing a game. All because somebody didn't like their broadcast, supposedly. I mean, our president sold us out. I don't see Congress standing up trying to impeach him. Never even heard Ted Cruz even announce it. Come out and campaign against it. Because I'm sure if he would have opened his mouth, people would have heard. Well, maybe not. It was too busy arguing about the elections. It was too busy protesting because Trump won, for those that was against him. Then we got caught up with the Pizzagate. Then we got drawn with the pipeline shit. One time I've seen a bunch of people come together was for that, and that is a good cause, and we should. But now we need to come together as a whole and stop this censorship, stop people, them violating our constitutional rights, tell Congress either impeach the president or do their jobs and protect our constitutional rights, bring that back. No foreign entity should control our Constitution, just like no foreign entity should be able to manipulate our elections like they have been. Since the Supreme Court passed that ruling saying they can spend as much money, because the corporate entity, they could be overseas and own their corporation here and spend billions and trillions of dollars on an election to buy their puppet. The Supreme Court has failed us. They hold their office as trust. They should be removed. Everyone that voted to allow that to happen. It's time we start holding our Congress, our elected officials, to the office of trust that they hold. If they violate it, they can no longer hold the office of trust. It's time we stop living by a double standard, because this is just going to keep going. It might just be started just all Pizzagate. Everybody's okay. No, it's not. Because we have the right to investigate. We have the right to fact check for ourselves. Because obviously we can't believe a damn thing the media tells us. We can barely believe half the shit that politicians tell us. Sad thing is, I don't know how much audience this video is going to get. I don't have that many subscribers. I got 4. I got barely 100 friends on Facebook. See this? Oh, might blow it off. For those of you that do actually watch this and understand what's going on, share it. These videos need to go viral. Our voices need to be heard, and you guys need to be making your own videos. We should be protesting in front of Facebook, Google. We should be telling them, fine, we're not going to use your products. We're going to stop using your products. We're going to stop buying them. Start peacefully, because nobody can lose big groups of people. Stop using their stuff. It hurts their pockets. They're all about their money. Google's been making mass money off us and turning around spending it on solar power stuff so they can power their stuff. And what's going to happen here, the next set of windmills they buy, they'll be getting paid for that. So now they'll be able to produce their own energy and sell their energy. They made their money off us. As that dude put it, by the revenue, both of them put it, because they make revenue off these videos. For all these, like those cute kittens. It's time we wake up. It's definitely time we stop being divided and letting people divide us. I don't care what your religious belief is, what your political beliefs. Those have been used for centuries to divide us. Enough's enough. We need to stop being divided. Yes, we're not going to agree on things. Everybody's entitled to their views and beliefs. That's your constitutional right here in the United States, which they're quickly trying to take away from you. When are you guys going to wake up? This ain't no longer conspiracy theory, guys. Fucking Alex Jones and Matt Drudge, they got something right. They've been getting a lot of shit right, come to find out. And they're going to be paying the price, too, because they're coming after them. The EU already said they want them banned from their countries. They've been doing it on YouTube for a while. Dabu7. Half his content's not getting across to people over in Europe and those places. And he reports on everything. He puts the truth out there. Best source of news you could find it on YouTube. and these live streamers that are investigating, reporting stuff. And we've just lost those rights because the first time we say something they don't want us to say, they're banning our accounts. Like that one said, 3 strikes and you're gone. Facebook's doing it. Anytime you post something they don't like, that they think it's controversial, oh, you're banned for a week. So maybe it's time we just say, okay, fine. You want to ban us for a week? We're going to ban you for a week. We're not going to show up. We're not going to tune in. We're not going to post. There's another form of peaceful protest. Stop using their shit for a week. Because once those ratings drop, Mark Zuckerberg is backed by what? Wall Street. They're the one that put money in his pocket. He's the one that decided to take his stuff and put it on the stock market. He needs traffic to generate money. So yeah, you can ban us. You're hurting your pockets when all of us decide to say, screw you. I mean, I got a cell phone. I can call my family in Brazil. Oh. I got email. I can send them messages. You see what we're saying? I hope come tomorrow that these guys get their videos back because they have the right to post that. No foreign country has a right to say we don't have our constitutional right. You know, it's sad it had to come down to this. We got played, plain and simple. They gave us something shiny, a couple few things shiny, and we took it. And all that is, these rich elite bastards are still crying because they spent billions of dollars on an election and lost because of social media. So now we get punished. So now, because of social media, they want to blame our tweets, our posts for violence in these protests and stuff. Try to find a way to strip us from all of our constitutional rights. To give the reason why this needs to be over here in a foreign entity. Well, I tell you what, anybody that's listening in any country that's tied to the UN, you need to petition your governors, your Congress, whatever you have for elected official, and tell them we're done. We want you to pull out of the UN. Because here's my thing on the UN. Why do we pay those cocksuckers to fight their damn wars? Why are we the United States the police of their wars? That's why we're so hated in every other country. You should be paying us to fight your wars. If you want to use our military, pay us. Because you aren't about peace, that's for sure. You're about censorship and control. You know, it's time we wake up and use the resources we have while we have them, because here pretty soon we're not even going to be able to fact check a damn thing that they don't want us to. That is why we all need to come together as a whole and let our voices be heard. And if they don't hear us by that, we petition in front of their doors. If they don't want to hear us then, we stop using their shit. We all probably could use a good break from the internet anyway, and from the games and stuff. Turn our phones off. Go back to using landlines for a bit. I think they'll get the point. Because they will lose millions. And these greedy fucks are only about their money. And how much they can control you. The internet was meant to be free. That's how it was designed and created. It was meant to where we could post information about anything and everything. Yes, I understand there's people who's misused it. It falls back to what our forefathers believed in. Common sense. Common sense, that's a terrorist organization using it to promote violence. Common sense says what it is. Remove it. But don't remove somebody's free speech or somebody that's investigating it, then reporting it. That's not common sense. That's unconstitutional. You know, that's the problem with most of us today. We forgot what common sense is. We've been so caught up in being hand-fed lies, being forced to work 40 plus hours just to try to get by and support families, and we still don't make enough when it comes payday. Time to punish these companies that goes overseas. Why? Because it's labor cheap. So yes, maybe Trump's got a few things right, but hey, the proof will be in his actions. You know, but we gotta stop letting them take and strip our constitutional rights, our freedoms, our liberties. It's time we all wake up. We all got a dose of reality this election season. This year alone, we got a huge dose of what the internet really can do, and that scares them. It's time that we give them a taste of their own medicine, what fear, being controlled and run by fear is like, because that's what they do. They pit politics, religion, and they use it as a fear tactic. If it's something that you're supposed to fear, that breeds fear, or is something that preaches hate, it's wrong. Because that gives them power over you. That's how they keep us divided. This Common Core bullshit that they're feeding us our kids, that needs to go. They need to go back teaching the fucking education that I got in the 90s and 80s, where we learned our truths, we learned about our government, we learned about our rights, we learned about each branch of the government, and we learned that, hey, if they don't do their job, we can get together as a community, file a petition, and have them removed. Don't have to wait till election cycle, a new election, because they're put in there to hold an office of trust. They violated our trust. And it's time to hold Congress accountable. It's time to they're making money going in there. Oh yeah, I've got investments in these oil wells. And these guys are just going to put money in their pockets and use them as puppets. To what? Put a pipeline where you can easily reroute it somewhere else so it doesn't affect the waterways? Oh, newsflash, further up in North Dakota, one of the pipelines had leaked into a creek yesterday. And they don't know how much oil actually got through. So they got a point. And that's another cause we don't dare let up and forget about. Because those guys came together as a whole when no media wanted to give them any attention. It took violence to give them a bad name and try to say that. We've seen that all election season. People saying, oh, Trump supporters are doing this, or Hillary Clinton supporters are doing this, when half the time it was paid buses being shipped in, paid by some guy named George Soros, paying them $1,500 a day or a week, whatever it was, giving them a medical benefit, just to go protest and cause trouble. It wasn't the actual people there. But yeah, they want to call fake news, call us liars. All you got to do is get on the internet and fact check, research. It's all there. That's what they're trying to stop you from doing. Wake up. Quit being pawns and quit letting them steal your liberties and freedoms. Guys, you guys need to share this video. You need to make it go viral. And you need to find other people's videos. You need to make your own. It's time we come together as a whole and make something happen. Tell them we're not going to put up with you taking our constitutional rights. We need to tell our Congress, people here in the United States, we need to tell our Congress and our so-called presidents who's still in office right now that you violated our trust. You sold us out. We want our Congress to back internet control back here. We don't want foreign entities controlling our shit, saying what we have the rights to do and don't. This ain't their country. Trump, you want to make America great again? That's how you do it. You not only bring our jobs back, you bring our Constitution back. You start making our government accountable. You make our Supreme Court accountable. And you get us out of the goddamn UN. That's how you make this country great again. And how do we do it? Help. By showing them we're no longer going to be divided and that we're not going to take it no more. If we got to stand in front of the Supreme Court and protest, so be it. We got to stand in front of Google and protest, so be it. If we got to stop using their shit, so be it. Let their stocks tank. See how long they want to censorship us. Wake up. You guys have a good night. Share, like, get the word out. It's on us now to put an end to this.